Good morning. I hope you're doing great. Um, Today we have lots of things to cover. Hopefully we are gonna cover everything all the way to the fancy indexing. If you remember, yesterday um, we okay. Can I have your attention, sir? Yesterday we went through the beginning of this, and I asked some of you as okay, what is your opinion about broadcasting in this one? And now we want to go deeper and see what are the possibilities, and then take it from there. So look at this one. In the book, page number 63. It started saying, and those who haven't done the quiz yet, this is something that you're gonna see, and it is important. It says that broadcasting is simply a set of rules for applying binary universal functions. And the thing is, what we see is just kind of imaginary picture which has nothing to do with the implementation. The algorithm doesn't need to occupy a real memory. I mention it again. So it says that broadcasting allows these types of binary operation to be performed on arrays of different sizes. And everybody, let's just try this. You can just simply copy what we have on page 63 into a cell, run this, and the second one. Technically, when you say A plus B, you expect every single element adds to the other, right? That is simple. After finishing this, please give me a signal. I don't want you to, yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Wright. Let's see, okay. The next one is, thank you, Alvin. But the next one is, instead of using B, which contains 3 elements, this time we are gonna say A plus 5. So instead of vector, we use a scalar, right? And it gives us the same results. But why is that? Why we get the same results? Any idea? Yes.
So some replicated by all the planets.
Means that it's going to just stretch to, yeah. Your first name was?
Carl.
Carl. Bravo. Can we say, we have 2 things, dimension as well as what are the numbers that we have for A? Tell me. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. Is this a matrix or what? Then it is vector, right? Awesome. So can we say, in this specific example, if we convert it to an array, then it's going to be 1 row and 3 columns. Am I right? How about 5? 1 row, 1 column. This is scalar. We have 1. Am I right? Is it possible? Is it possible that we push 1 into it for the first and make it a vector of 5? Yes. So which dimension is different? Can you tell me? Row is different or number of columns? Thank you, Lucas. Number of columns, right? And Harlan, thank you.
Okay.
Oven as well. Guys, don't fight, all of you. Thank you. So, because this one is different, so is it possible to change that one into 3 and then increase the number? Like, okay, let's have 3 of these guys. That's what broadcasting is all about, right? If you have less number of dimensions, you are gonna pad 0 into the left side and you push the rest towards right. Don't worry, we have tons of examples.
What page?
Yeah, page, the good thing is a new version of Acrobat is less confusing. I use the words carefully, less confusing. Feel confusing. Okay, so how is this? Everybody, please go through this, copy this part, and then say N, and N is going to give you a 3 by 3 matrix of ones, and whenever you are done, what is this one? It was 3 by 3, and then say plus A. You can do that. What's gonna happen? It was 3 by 3. The other one is what? 1 by 3. 1, comma 3. Am I right? So if I just want to, in which dimension they have this similarity in the number of rows, this is the place that if we have 1, we are gonna stretch it into the maximum number, which is 3. Everybody can relate to that? Kind of? Okay, look, we had 1, 1, 1, something like this. And we want to add 0, 1, 2 to this one. So there is no way that we can do that unless that we say this 1 row should be stretched into 3 rows. You're going to... Right? This is the picture that I want you to look. This is the original. The light box is the one that we tried, the light color, light blue. It's the one that we stretched. So it was 1 times 3, and we made it like this. This is a simple version of it. And how about this? This is the most complex one that you could see. Imagine that A has 1 row and 3 columns, and B has 1 column and 3 rows. In all dimensions, they have the similarities. So we have 1 in the number of rows, we have 3 in the number of rows there. We are going to stretch the rows for A. How about columns?
Stretch the columns too.
You stretch the columns for B, and then the result will be something. Look at this one. Here we have A and B, and they are totally dissimilar in terms of You know, one of them is 1, 3, the other one is 3, 1. So that could happen. But the question that I asked, and Casey said, should we contemplate on it? Right? And that one was this question. If it is acceptable or not. You remember? So we have one row over there. And we have 2 columns over there. So 1 row, 3 columns, but here, 3 rows, 2 columns.
Is it still going to stretch?
That's my question. Are we going to stretch this one too? Yes or no? And this is a bonus question. Think about it. Talk to your neighbors. Now it is time that you can talk about this. Now, should we talk? Okay, so. The question is, whenever we have these similarities like this, it is 1 row, 3 columns, but the other one is 3 rows, 2 columns, not 1. Is it possible to say, okay, so let's stretch it and just make it like this and do the job like the previous example? Yeah,
Probably.
Peter says probably. Diego says, yes, why not? Carlin said, yes. And said, yes. Some people, yes.
Just say, it's kind of reminds me of like the lowest common denominator, you're doing that for dimension. So it's like, you make the shape that can accommodate both of the reference, and it seems like in this case, you need to get a 3 column, the only way that one of the right, the common is 3 columns, but expanding one to the right. That's the only way that you can accommodate for 3 rows for the dimensions on the left, that you have to go down additional. So you just find a shape that can fit basically.
That's my question actually. If you find, well, the shape is 3 by 3, then we are done. You say, okay, we found the shape, and it should give us the correct answer. That's the whole concept, right?
I don't know if that's correct, that's the trend.
I very much like the way that you try to be unbiased, just say what is the fact, and well, if it is gonna work for us or not. Based on what Lucas said, I want you in your row, in a group of 2 or 3, please discuss with your friend, is it doable? And if you can find any counter example that, okay, Reza, in these kind of cases, it shouldn't work. I don't know what are those cases could be, but please. Bonus question. Any counter example is fine, guys. For proving something, you need to, even if you have 1 million examples, it's not going to be proved, right? But for debunking something, just one is enough. So find one counter example if you can. Lucas C. Kanji, right? Okay. Yes, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that's not the add class for this class. Thanks for their, thanks for reminding. Do we see any add class somewhere here? Okay, I'm gonna just bring a new one. Add class. This should be the one. Govind. You're Govind, right? No, you're not. Okay. 1 GVB. Okay, so let's try this one together. How about this, guys? The counter example is this one. If I say 2, 3, 10, for example, what are you gonna do? Are you going to pick? Do you see the problem? If these two columns are different, are we going to pick the first column? Are we going to pick the second column? Are we going to calculate the average? Are we going to pick the max, pick the mean, or what? You got the issue? If it was just one column, you could say that, okay, just stretch it as much as you need. But in this case,
Gonna use the left one,
why? Why not right?
because that's how it works. Isn't that
No.
a hard rule?
The thing is, actually, if we have two columns, it's not gonna work, right? We are gonna see the error message in no time. But I'm saying that the error that you see is not because the guy who wrote that compiler or interpreter said, okay, let's just give a hard time to Reza or Peter to receive error. Because there's no logic for it. Because if you want to pick the first column, then 1% would say one at the second column, one at the average, one at the mean, one at the next, right? Because we cannot come up with just one unique logic, this one shouldn't work. And now I didn't jump to page 64 to just give you the answer. We all have all these things. There's just one thing. The formula that you see in the book needs to be altered. This is not correct. It's not ones. Actually, this is range. So this is the correct formula. You have that. So it is range 3 and reshape 3 rows, 1 column. Huh? You have the book as well in the if you go yeah, I'm gonna just show you one thing. If we go to the content, the book, the highlighted version is available here with highlights. And the NumPy, what I, based on the request of one of the team members, I already, sorry, the NumPy, here it is, yes. I provided part A. I cut the rest of the things from my Colab file to make sure that everybody has a chance to try themselves. And you're gonna have, by the end of tonight, part B, which is going to be everything before fancy indexing, page 76, 77, kind of thing. I don't want to repeat it. I just wait for more friends to join us, and then I'm gonna tell about the next week and what's gonna happen. Okay, let's get to this part. Now you see we have these 3 rules. The first rule says if the 2 arrays differ in their number of dimensions, what does it mean? Anybody has any opinion?
Like different between those two in terms of rows and columns.
Like what? Like which example that we talked?
Like one has one column, the other one needs two.
Imagine that we have a scalar 5, right? And we have a vector of these three values. So this one is what? So if we have another one. So this guy is going to be 1 row, 3 columns.
Yeah.
And this one is just 1 column. And then we are gonna, it says that if they are different in number of dimensions, the shape of the one with fewer dimensions, what is the fewer dimension here? 5. Okay, is padded with ones on the leading on the left side, so we're gonna just add one on the left side. Is it okay for everybody? So what we did actually before, now we know the regulations behind it. The second regulation tells, the second rule tells, if the shape of two arrays does not match in any dimension, the array with shape equals to 1. So here we have 1, 1. In this part, they are similar. In this second element, they are not similar. The one which is 1 can stretch to what? To the number which is maximum in the other. Right? So with a shape equal to 1 in that dimension is stretched to match the other shape. So for that example, this one, first, we have that bracket to make it 1 and 1. Second, we are gonna stretch this one and just duplicate those values to 3. Everybody got that? And the third part is this example. In this example, just remember, in one we have 1, 3, and the other one we have what? We have 3, 2. Let me ask you this question. Is it possible to stretch 1 into 3 for this one? Yes, it is possible. For this one, it is possible. Right? Because based on formula number 2, we can stretch if one of them is 1, we can. But look at the rule number 3. Rule number 3 says, if in any dimension the sizes agree and neither is equal to 1, then what are we gonna get? The easiest was just reading this one for you and then go to the next page. But now you feel why. You have examples and you know the reason why, right? Whatever you learn from this, please explain to your neighbor, and whenever you are happy with the explanation, then give me a signal, I'm gonna proceed. Okay. Let me just repeat something that I heard from you guys and see if I understood correctly. Here we have 1 row and 3 columns. In the other example, in B, we have 3 rows and 2 columns. And somebody may say, okay, Reza, why not you stretch it and make something like this, right?
A part of the classroom.
And yeah, as Peter said, okay, what if, Reza, we have something different like 10, 5, 2? We can't understand what should we place for the 3rd column, right? And that is why it doesn't work, huh? Like before. Awesome. So page 66, it exactly explains the first, you see we have 2 and 3, 2 rows and 3 columns of ones, and we have a range, we have a vector that contains 0, 1, 2. If you want to see I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Here is ones and here is A. Not a bad idea. It's page 66 if you want to try it yourself as well. Please check what is the shape of M and what is the shape of A. I want you to go step by step through the rules. So the first thing is here we have 2 and 3, but for the next one we have just 3 elements. It's a vector. So we are gonna just add 1 into the left side, and look at here, I explained that. And then we need to adjust the size of these 2. So this one is going to be 1, 3, and you replicated 1, 3 again to be in the same shape with M. Huh? I pause here whenever you are done with this example, example number 1, page number 66. Whenever you are done, please let me know. Yes, Peter. Sorry, done. Oh, awesome, done. Thank you very much. Merci. Who else? Thank you. Those who finished, you can go to example number 2 and try this one. We have range 3 and we reshape it 3 rows and 1 column. And we want to add to something which has 3 columns and 1 row, something like this. So we pad 1 into the left side. You see this, if you check the shape. It's exactly this example. Why I emphasize to do everything together, all together, because I want to make sure that you have no issue on any of these. Done. Awesome. And now example number 3. So example number 2, I think that we shouldn't face any trouble if we write everything like this. But in the last example, that's example number 2. In example number 3, let's have ones in this shape, 3 rows, 2 columns. And then let's have A in a shape of vector 0, 1, 2. And if you check the shape of these two, one of them has 3, 2, the other one has 3. You can apply rule number 1 for sure, and it's going to convert the second one into 1, 3. Right? But the problem starts when you want to add them together. The second one cannot be that the first one, because it's 3 and 2, 2 is not equal to 1, so we cannot stretch it to 3.
You would be able to stretch 8, but you would not be able to stretch out.
Excellent. Yeah, yeah. So I want you to successfully get this error message. And when you are done, please give me a signal. Thank you. Bravo. Awesome. This is example number 3 here. And it shows the reason 3, 1, 1 can be stretched to 3, but this one cannot. There is just one thing. U functions or broadcasting, they are not just limited to plus sign. There is one thing that I shared yesterday in the Telegram group, and that was this. This one. Look, everybody, please type import NumPy as NP, and then let's have a range like range of 1, 2, 4. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, not 4 for sure. 1 row, 3 columns, and the other one is 3 rows, 1 columns. If this one definitely is going to work. And if you simply say A plus B, what's going to happen? It's going to just add these two together, a stretch, yeah. Instead of using plus sign, use NumPy. Look, use NumPy that add A, B. What we understand from this example is this. Whenever you say plus, minus, or something like that, they are exactly NumPy functions behind the scene. So you just use alias. The actual function is NumPy.add. That is why you can apply something totally different, another U function like log add exp A, B. It's gonna do exactly the same thing. So that broadcasting happens here, and it applies instead of adding to, it's gonna apply calculating something like this, right? Done. Whenever you are done with this example that I shared, please give me a signal. Awesome, bravo. Bless you, Matthew. Guys, be careful. The weather is changing these days, so yeah. Lots of casualty in other classes that I had. Many people caught cold and couldn't show up. Yeah. Okay. So everything is fine. Yeah. Back of the class. Awesome. Let's go to this part together. It wants to say, let's put what we learned into practice. So broadcasting in practice, and centering an array. What does it mean? Centering an array. I want to show you something in this example. Don't look at it. Okay, so I could hide it, kind of. I just picked some random numbers. The first column, 4, 7, 2, 10, 4. The average of these 5 numbers is 5.4. Okay? The second column, the average is 4.2. The average of last column is 4. Everything is super clear so far?
Yep.
Awesome. Listen to me. What if I go and knock the door of A1? What is A1? Those who are not very much familiar with Excel, we just have the intersection of the column and row, right? And then it is A1, which is 4, A2, which is 7, and so on. If I knock the door and I say, okay, whatever you have, I want to take 5.4 out of this number. I knock the door of A2 and I take 5.4 out of that too. I knock all the doors of these numbers and I take 5.4 from every single cell. What would be the average of this column after that? Okay. Can I have everybody's attention? 0. Who said 0? From now on, we have negative marks as well. Okay. Listen. We are going to knock the door and take the average from every single element. Imagine that we have, guys, in the case that we cannot get what is the question, let's simplify it. Imagine that we have some tens like this. What is the average of this?
10.
You sure? Let's try it. It's gonna say 10. Huh? What if I take 10 out of everything here? So it's gonna be 0. This one is gonna be 0. This one is gonna be 0. This one is gonna be 0 and 0. Am I right? Which is correct. I just wanted to see if anybody else say or not. Yeah, so you have bonus marks. Right? Look. The same thing applies to this column, the same thing applies to this column, but my problem actually started from this. I took those numbers out, and guess what? I have 2 nice neat zeros in the second and third column, but for the first one, I got something like 3.6. What? I don't know. That's the question that I brought to the class.
We're going to negative numbers and then we're gonna come up.
I wish I knew it. So that's why I brought it.
Or
One of the good thing about becoming instructor is this. Whenever you cannot solve anything, bring it to the class. People are gonna find it. And motivate them, bonus mark. They're gonna find it. Was it a stretch or just you have the answer? Just a stretch. Colin, you wanna step in? Yeah. Listen. Guys, what is this one? -16. It means that 3.6 multiply 10 to the power of -16, which is gonna be 0.00217.
We're six. No, 50. 15 zeros before the three cents.
Excellent, yes. It's gonna be tiny, well, the thing is that's the problem, because we could have rounding problem. And that is why I didn't jump to this part of the book immediately saying that why we have these numbers. So look at this one. Everybody, please, you can just copy the code in page 69. And then here we have, yeah, here it is. I generated NumPy at random, 10 rows, slide and 3 columns, right? So 10 rows and 3 columns. And when you don't say anything, what is the meaning of random here? These numbers between 0 to 1. Okay, what do you think could be the average of this? How many numbers do we have here? 30 numbers. Please give me your average, because we didn't say that seed equal to 0. Give me your average by saying x dot mean. Mine is 0.48. What is yours?
One of the numbers, let's start with 0.45.
0.45. Okay. What about yes? 0.50. Right. The target. Okay. How about you? 0.53. Wow. The largest number amount.
51.
51. Nice. Okay. So you see that it's around 0.5 for the whole 30 numbers. If you increase the number, it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be closer to the center. The more that you expand the number of experiments, yeah. Look at this one. I didn't understand what is this 0. What does it mean? Means that around 0 or what? Yes. First row. The first row. I don't know actually. Yes.
You can go by column. Looks like it goes by column. So maybe.
I heard something that yesterday Reza said, but I don't know if it is relevant to that. Yeah. But good guess. Do you remember that we said whenever we say x is equal to 0, it means that collapse down the result into one row. You remember that? Huh? Everybody? Guys, if you say 0 or if you say x is equal to 0, they are gonna do the same thing. You got it? No, Reza, I didn't. Okay, don't worry. Look at this one. We have 10 rows and 3 columns. You got it. Guys, sometimes you just say this and it means that collapse it down, right? Collapse it down to one row And that row is going to show you the average of this column, the average of this column, and the average of this column, yes.
Instead of, saying mean 0, you put mean 1.
That is my next question. I want to ask, how many spells? Actually, that question has one bonus. Can you imagine, you ask questions and you get one. Okay, the question is, I'm gonna change the question to this format. What if I change x is equal to 1? How many outputs, how many results we could have? Yes. I don't think so. The next. What is your answer? Sir, sorry, the same mistake. What is your answer? 11. 11? Who said? This time you. What's your name? No. Why? Right? And right, look, Carl, and the other one who said 10 was Marshy. Yes. Guys, it's like collapsing down, it's like folding this and bring one new column. So how many rows that has? 10. Excellent. Please try this. Please try this and see actually if it is going to give you 10, yes or no. So instead of 1, 0, please try 10. Okay. The next thing is, now this is broadcasting. Do you see we have 3 elements? This is for column 1, column 2, column 3. Everybody accept? Right? Ryan, right? So Ryan, what if I take this one from every element of column 1? You remember knocking the door, taking that value from it? What do you expect if I calculate again the mean of that column? After taking that out. Is it perfect? Still Harlan, right? Awesome, Harlan. Yes, look at this one. You take that out, and if you say now, calculate the 0, it's going to give you anything but 0, but I want you to tell me why. Why it is not 0. Huh? Why it doesn't give us 0 when we take, you remember I said that I knock the door, I take that out, and then I say, now calculate the columns.
Because calculating the zero axis, so it's got a average of the all of the rows and minus the x.
I don't know. Just give yourself time. Do you remember this example that we started with? And then this one, I want you to guess why we do not have 0. It should be 0, 0, 0. Why we don't have? Diego, I think that you wanted to say the answer. Why you hesitate? Say it loud. Diego. Exactly. Guys, although we don't have 0, 0, 0, look at the numbers. They are 19, negative 17 as Alvin said. It's like 10 to the power of what? Like 16 zeros, right? Very tiny, teeny, small number. And by saying that, we are on top of this page. I hope everybody could relate to whatever we discussed so far. What I want to do is, for now, it's 10:53. Let's have 10 minutes break. And after that, we are gonna continue the journey. So let's have a 10 minutes break.
Your cold. You want to go out for a smoke? Good job. No.
If you know how to spell. It's not actually. I only know I. Not that it's like so fine. I don't have a trust to that. You know, I don't listen. I think people get yeah, I think I just remember I proposed. I mean, can you show me how but how? The structure, I just already structure is the opposite.
How are you doing?
Oh, it's quite late.
Yeah.
Here's what I did.
Mhm.
Here's what I did this.
Okay, you calculated the mean, but say zero inside it or x is equal to zero, so you can have three,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I just do it.
excellent, good job.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
In class.
You can just use this one, yes, sure, I'm gonna update your presence. Okay, so now it is 12:03. So Ryan, the speed of the class is smooth, it's not fast. You can follow it. How about Stefan? Everything is fine so far? Let me just click it. What is the problem? If there is. Sorry?
Nothing really, I need to go over things again.
Okay, you know, if there's anything that you think I can explain again or something, please let me know. Yes,
I did really good. It just gave me a few.
that's a good thing. You're lucky. That's it. But the number, maybe you round it, or maybe it is rounded already, but it's a small number. Close to zero, but not necessarily zero, okay?
Thank you.
No worries. Okay, for this one, I thought that if somebody gives me a formula like that, first thing that's gonna happen is I'm gonna panic. What is this? The best is to understand what is the shape of X, what is the shape of Y. Go step by step. So if you don't mind, everyone, please try this. Go through it. Say, we want to split 0 to 5 into 50 different pieces. So X would be this. And we do the same thing for Y, but we do one thing different, Khadija, and that is we are going to make it one column, right? So we have a vector and we have one column. Everybody, please make sure that you get similar results. X and Y. Whenever you are done with that, give me a signal. Merci. Let's wait for more friends to join. Thank you. Awesome. Let's do it this way. We have X and we have Y. What if we say X plus Y? For example, if you say X plus Y, it's going to give you 50 by 50, huh? It doesn't matter if you say X plus Y, or if you say sine X to the power of 10 plus cosine 10 plus X multiply Y multiply cosine X. It's exactly going to give you 50 by 50 array. So please try this. Now you know why we have that kind of result. Look at this. This is 50 by this is 50. This one is 50, and we have 50 of these 50 numbers, so 50 by 50. Okay. Done. Whenever you are done with that, give me a signal. The difference between what I have here and what we have here is, first, I just said show the content of X, show the content of Y. And then I said show the content of Z2. And continue plotting the results. Your result should be something similar to this one. Okay, whoever could get the same result, please again confirm it. Done. Okay. If you look at the example that I have provided here, I just said, let's try, instead of lower, let's try upper. So try upper as well. Is it going to be different? Yeah. Excellent. Yes. So it's going to be like, I mean, down slope is going to be like downhill, uphill kind of thing. Reverse it as Carl said. How about this one? Instead of saying viridis, try plasma. Plasma, inferno, magma, these kind of things. So try some of these and see the differences. Right? But this one, these guys are about changing the color set. Okay. Pardon me? The first one, if we just replace lower to upper, it's gonna be like, you know, it's like flipping. But how about the color set? The color map by default was viridis, but we changed it to plasma. Whoever could finish, please tell me, and then awesome. Try the others as well a little bit. Okay. Sorry. If you are done with that, then we are at the beginning of a new topic, and that is comparisons and mask and Boolean logic. So most of us know about Boolean logic, but let's see. If you go to the data folder that we have inside NumPy, you see that the last one is Seattle. That's about precipitation, the amount of rain. So download that one, please. And after you are done downloading, if you double click on that Seattle, it's going to show you something like this. Huh? whenever you could see the result like that, please give me a signal as well. See Diego. Awesome, Harish. Not Gaurav. What is your name, sir? Gaurav. I said that your name is Gaurav. You said no. Oh, sorry. Gaurav.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this one. It is based on millimeters, and we want to convert it to inches. So what we need to do, look at the code here. We actually drag and drop that Seattle into your folder area of the Colab. And simply, if you say import NumPy as NP and import pandas as PD, what do we call a data set that you get in pandas? What do we call it?
What?
Sorry? Who said that? Matthew? Hey, unfortunately, he's leaving. Otherwise, he could get bonus point. So sad. You see? Okay. How about you, Peter? What do we call it?
Still catching up on one point.
Okay, don't worry. We get a data set in pandas. The same concept, just the name in pandas, we call it data frame. That's it. Right? Data frame. Okay, and here I say, go to that Seattle 2015.csv. And here I say, I want to get the content that I have in the column with the header PRCP, precipitation. So I get that, and I get the values, and I just have data frame inside this rainfall. And now I say, show me the rainfall. What is the unit you think? Guys, sorry? Do you think that 323 inches, if that was the case, it was flood, right? So it's millimeter. So we divide that rainfall by 254 to get inches as, what's your name? Meha. Meha Jayesh. Awesome. So as Meha Jayesh said, if we divide it by 254, it's going to give us inches. So let's just call it inches, right? And then look at this. If you say, show me the shape, it's going to tell 350, 65, which totally makes sense because we have 365. 365. And those who left behind for any reason, let me just tell you which page we are in. We are in this page. The only thing is, instead of data/Seattle, you just get rid of that thingy, that data slash, and then everything else would be fine. Okay. So let's spend 30 seconds, make sure that everybody would follow. And whenever you are done, give me a signal, please. Merci. Yes.
How do we run the CSV?
Good question. You see that here we have that CSV file, right? One of the ways is right click on it and say open with, and then choose Notepad. That's one of the things that you see. It's going to show you the first element, comma, the second element, and so on and so forth, right? The other way is double click, and if you have installed already Office, it's going to open it by default in Excel file. The other way is because you are inside Colab, you double click on Seattle and it's gonna show you the result here. You just need to give more room and then you can have it there. Did I answer your question?
Yes, that's cool, the file section on the side there. That's-
Yeah, yeah. The only problem of that is it shows limited numbers. So you have the representation of just 10 rows and you need to go, okay, go to the next, go to the next. And so,
A certain number of days.
yes, you can just maximize it, but still you have limitation. Yes. Okay. So if you are done with that, so we have rainfall, and if we divide it by that, it's going to be based on inches. Now it's the time. Now it's the time to import matplotlib. So we have that %matplotlib inline, which is going to show inside the cell that we have, and then it says seaborn.set. Is there any other option? Yesterday, I don't know if I think that I talked about that. We have lots of other options apart from seaborn, right?
But sequence is that one of the most
Common. Yeah, it's like to go option for. And the data that we have based on inches, if you say $40, it's going to be a histogram that you have 40. And if you don't mention the default is 10, that's what we did yesterday. You remember? So if you don't mention anything and you run that, it's going to show you 10. Right? That's the default. We have 10 buckets. And you may say that, Rosa, we don't have some values here and there. Oh, they're that much small that you cannot see, but we have. Okay, we have precipitation that above 150 and so on, but they are very much limited. Okay, let me just bring it back to what it was. And now here it says that this histogram, yes.
So for the writer, is there a way we can show the numbers?
Yes, it is possible. We can just, add more frills. We can have bar. There are tons of things. There are switches, and we're going to have some of them in the next example, right? But the thing is, what if I want to see how many days we had rain and how many days we didn't have any precipitation? I want you to talk to your neighbors, and I don't want any efficient way. Guys, this is what we have. This is the rainfall, and this is inches. If I just show you the inches, it's going to be something like this. This is set of numbers that we have. What is your solution? How many days we had rain? How many days were dry days and we didn't have any precipitation? Talk to your neighbors right now, and I don't search for any efficient way, any practical way that works for this example. Yes.
It's greater than 0.
Yeah, show every greater than 0. There.
Even simpler. Yes.
It's not 0.
Yeah. Even simpler. You said something. Some of those. Yes, and Matthew. True, false. Okay, don't laugh at me if I tell you that. Tell you my solution. Why I cannot find you, Maha? I found you. Matthew as well. Guys, very simple, just start counting the numbers like this, okay? There's the first 0, so okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just counting the numbers, right? You may say that this is not efficient, I know, but it works. The other way is getting back to the Owen's question that he asked, what is the form that we see the CSV file? We can open it in Notepad, or we can open it in Excel and do calculations over there, right? But even Excel is not that much powerful for data analytics that we want. So can you say which day is the 1st of January? The first one. So can we say we didn't have any rain in the 1st of January and in the 4th and 5th of January? We could say that, right? How about the last day of, that's the last day of December, right here? Is it possible we didn't have any rain in those 3 days? The last 3 days. How about, I'm sorry, excuse me, thank you. How about asking you this question? Is it possible to say the sum of precipitation in the winter time? Can we do anything for that? Kind of, right? If roughly, I'm not saying, guys, we have to see if that year the number of days in February is 28 or what is the other option? 29, right? And the other thing, so you calculate and you say it's like something like 89 or 88, huh? Something like that. But still, we don't have any automation for that yet. How about if I ask you how many days we have rain in summer? Can you do that? Like this, sorry? For this rain, you have all the rights to use approximation. Who cares, Seattle 2014, right? But what if we are just trying to predict something which needs lots of accuracy? We can't just say approximately. Guys, be careful of these approximation. I remember that. There is this one person that I knew, and she wanted to apply for PR. And she didn't check the passport date and said, okay, approximately I went back to the country that was in this date and that date, guys. Her goose was cooked because of that approximation. Sometimes we need to be very much precise, especially in financial things. We need to. So these are the questions that this part asked and said, we don't have enough. It said, but let me just tell you, this histogram gives us a general idea of what the data looks like. Despite its reputation, the vast majority of days in Seattle saw near zero measured rainfall in 2015. But this doesn't do a good job. Like what? It doesn't tell us how many rainy days were there. What is the average precipitation on those rainy days? Guys, sometimes we want to see what was the average of the class. Sometimes we wanted to see what was the average of the class based on those people who participated in both midterm and final exams. You know what I'm saying? What is the difference between these two? And how many days were there with more than half an inch of rain? Okay. We have no idea how to solve these problems, but it says that one approach to this would be to answer these questions by hand, the things that I started. Loop through the data. Using loop is not efficient at all. The other thing is increasing a counter each time we see value. For instance, we check, okay, this is the summer. We calculate from 100 some days. I don't know what that number is, and then all the way to the end of summer. And whenever there is a rain, add 1 into counter. These are C or Java approaches. We need something better. For those things, let's start with these examples. Please go to page number 72, everybody. But right now, I want to tell a few things because we have almost, guys, we have majority of participants, right? I received this question I received an email from one of the team members saying that, Reza, I couldn't find any team member. And I want to have a team for the team project. I don't know if you have similar issue, yes or no. Is there anybody who doesn't have team in this class? Everybody has team? Yeah. Okay, perfect. But if you think that you don't have any team, first thing first, we can announce it inside Telegram group or something. The other option is just scale down to something reasonable for one person. Right? So you can do it individually. That's one thing. The other thing is I try my best to finish everything before last week. So last week you have an option to present in the class, so you don't need to record it and all those things that you need to deal with if you want to record it through a group, right? Right, Gaurav? You don't need to record it if you present it in a class. Yes?
So, can we see the sign up for the groups yet or no?
Sorry,
Can we see the sign up for the groups yet or not yet?
sign up for the group. Okay, the thing is how it works. There is no sign up or something. You pick number of people that you want to work with. Just tell me. So the scale of it, because that we had that in the previous semester, that people picked one very simple topic, 5 people technically. I thought that, okay, let's just have one gate, say it is, and we had opposite as well. So some people wanted to do lots of things, or like, okay, this is not a master degree project, it's just a simple project, right? So you need to scale it down. So I just check that part and tell you, okay, go ahead or scale it all or scale it. Does that make sense? Any other concern, questions? For the guys, for most of the things, 1 month before the midterm, I applied to get a place. And they CC me, still they have challenge to find one place for the midterm. But as soon as I receive that, I'm gonna let you know where the place is, but it's gonna be after reading. Right, Mustafa? The midterm will be right after the reading. And again, week number 14, week number 15 is for final project. Week number 14 is for final project. Week number 15 is for final exam, yes. And I'm gonna come to the college on week number 15 lab time. If there is any concern, if there are some people issue with their marks and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna finalize the marks Tuesday, week number 15. Any concern, any question? Okay. So everybody, please. Those topics are. You can read this at your computer. Okay. And there were 2 other things I've forgotten. I'm gonna just remember in that. Everyone, please type X numpy as array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and please go through all these samples. The page is 72. Unfortunately, I have to close, to unshare my screen and close, for a few seconds. You stop sharing. And, so please go to that page. I'm sorry. What is this section number?
Table 1.
Thank you very much. Abhishek Singria. Adina. Berniel. Carl is there. And Casey is there. Diego is there. NS is there. Ivan, James. Thank you, Ivan. Gaurav is there. Harlan is there. Harsh. Harsh Patsala. Hua is there. Hoi, Hoin, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Yana. Thank you. James was the, yeah. John Zeltzer, thank you very much. Josephine is there. Carl McKayan, Carl. Wait, okay. Khadija is there. Kiddos. Koichi, Kumo. Kushal. Lucas Kenji is there. Maharshi is there. Mashad is absent. Mahir is absent. Mark. Thank you, Mark. Matthew is there. Mega. Mehajayesh is there. Muhammad Tala is absent. Mustafa Ismail is there. Yeah. Nanami. Nanami is not here today. Negin is absent. Avan is there. Pavan Kumar. Pavan. Peter is here. Raleigh is absent. Richard. No, Richard. Okay. RJ Rose.
Yeah, sorry,
RJ. So Richard Wilson is not here. RJ is there. Ryan Yu is there. Sabrina is there. Shada is absent. Stefan, what happened to Persian group? All of them are absent. Stefan is there, and Tafadza is absent. Taikaibu. Itakam is here. Vincent. I think that I saw Vincent, but anyway. Yang is here. And Eva is there as well. Is there anybody from other groups? Okay. I'm gonna just check all, don't worry. First thing first. Rachel is here and Vedur is there. Yes. How could I miss? Okay, guys, those who are in this section, can you please go and check if your presence is, if your lap mark is already mentioned correctly. And what is your number? What is your section number? When is it? Is it
This one.
morning? So then it is 92. Okay, those who are in 92, what's your name?
Numbers.
No, just tell me your name, sorry. G,
Pronunciation and spelling is weird.
the,
35.
there is no number in this list, so that is why I said
Also.
Ojan, Ojan, okay. If you say my number starts with O, that we have just only one name,
Oh.
but, okay. Thank you. So, who is in the morning session? In the morning, Chloe is there one, and Donald is one. Anyone else in the morning? What's your name, sir? Van Dexter. Anyone else from the morning? Okay, is there anyone from 3 to 6 o'clock? Is there anyone from 3 to 6? Please check your, and let me just bring back everything to normal. Let me just share the screen. Can you please check your lab exercise and see if the marks are fine? If there is any concern, any issue, let me just tell you one thing for the bonus. Gaurav. And Mustafa, guys, it doesn't matter if you want to talk, but please do not talk like this. Thank you very much. Excellent. So, guys, and this is not for here. Honestly, I'm a kind of sensitive person to noise because I grew up in a lonely room. No one was around me. And what is very much annoying when I get to the workplace, somebody starts talking over the phone. My performance started when everybody left the office at 4 o'clock. I started work because I couldn't. And when it was like, I mean, work from home, that was the 100%, no, 200%. So please know that some people like Reza, I can't work when there are noise around. And when you want to talk to your friends, pretty soon you're gonna be in different offices, in different places. Consider those people who are like Reza. Okay, let's go to the next part together. I just close this. By the way, for people who want to review, oh, okay, I'm sorry. For people who want to review, I upload everything in the channel. I don't need to, I mean, just repeat every time you go to the same place, you can just see the uploaded, and I'm gonna upload it before 3 o'clock today. The next thing is, if everybody could do that, is going to page number, yes. Let's give a second to this old guy to just boot up. What are the numbers that we have in X array? 37?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? For the first number, is it less than 3? Yes or no? Is it less than 3? Awesome. So it's gonna be true. For the second number, 2, is 2 less than 3? Excellent. So it's going to say true as well. If 3 is 3 less than 3? No as false, false, false for the rest. Opposite of that, it's going to be this one, which says, hey, how about is 1 greater than 3? No, so it's going to be false, false. Is 3 greater than 3? No, then for the rest. You got that, right? How about less than or equal? We don't need to, just repeat all this, for 3 not equal to 3. Any number in the vector that we have except 3. Yes, it's true for that condition. Except 3. 3 is not equal, right? And for equality, just 3 is equal to 3. Does that make sense? Lovely. It doesn't need just to be 1. You can just have some equation on the left side and right side. So probably for which one? If x is 1, 2 times 1 is going to be 2 for the same x, 1 to the power of 2. Is 2 equal to 1? No. How about what x is 2? Coming.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be 4 and 4. So for everything except the second one, they are false, and you can just see that. But the beautiful part is you can use these conditions to mask. What does it mean? We're gonna see in no time. The other thing that we want to say, you may ask at Reza, you said everything that we do over arrays, there are some methods. Still, I insist that yes, even saying less than or less than equal, there are methods. But we just use these signs as a kind of overlay. If you just open the proof, you're gonna see, under it is just something like one method. Look at this one, please. Here we have numpy that's equal, not equal, and so on. I very much encourage everyone try these commands. So I tried some of them in here. So say numpy dot less x comma 3. It's exactly like saying that if x is less than 3. Try a few of them, please. And whenever you're, thank you very much. Yes.
So is it a way, or it's just a different way, there's no way?
That's a good question. The question that I received, I'm gonna just add a little bit frills into it. That is there any changes in performance if we use, for instance, np dot equal, or we just use x equal 3? The answer is they are exactly identical. This is just an overlay. It's not like difference between Python and non-Python. This is just, they are alias for the same. Okay. Let's go to the next part. I want you all please try this one, say, numpy dot random state, and you have all the right to say what random state is. You're gonna have this file all the way to the part that we finish today. So please read this at your convenience, and for a second, just read these 2 lines. Done. Awesome, lovely. So because we want all of us receive similar numbers, we say random state 0. It's like saying seed is equal to 0, huh? And then look at this one. We can apply the same thing over a matrix. So if you say that, check if the x is less than 6 or not. If it is, then true. 5 is less than 6, 0, 3, 3. So please just go through the items with your friend, make sure that everything is clear. And if you left behind and you want the upper part of the code, you can go to page number 73. No, please. Everything is fine, right? Works. Awesome. Okay, so let's look at this one. How about checking, for instance, if you say print x, count the number of x's that are less than 6. Yes, less than 6. Look at this one. Count the number of truths here. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many numbers do we have? How many truths do we have? 2 here and 2 here, so totally 8 numbers. You can simply use this function. Say count the number of valid numbers. That x is less than 6. Non-zeros means that not false, because 0 is false, right? The other thing is you can simply say numpy that sum all those that are true. Let me just tell you one thing. Replace true with 1, false with 0. That's it. Right? Everybody? I'm gonna just wait for a couple of seconds. Whenever you are done, please give me a signal. I can go to the next. Thank you, Peter. Okay. It says that the benefit of sum is that, like with other NumPy aggregation functions, this sum, this summation can be done along rows or columns. Simply, you can say, okay, show me the number of x's that are less than 6 in every single row. So we are going to collapse it into one column, right? Look at it. The first row, how many, let me just bring you to this.
4.
How many elements we have in the first row that are less than 6? Tell me.
4.
4, lovely. How about the second row? 2. How about the last row? 2, right? So look at this one. It's going to show you exactly the same thing. Like 4, 2, 2. Okay. Simply, you can ask the same question. Is there any x above 8 in the samples that we have? Yes, there are. Like we have 1, 9. I think that is in the last row, right? In the second row. Do we have any numbers below 0? No, because we decided to have numbers between 0 to 9. mean, not including that. How about, do we have all the numbers less than 10? Yes, we decided, we said that, find the random numbers. So it says true. How about this one? Do we have any number equal to 6? Really?
Yeah.
Because I changed it to all maybe late before, so it shows something different. Let me just run. I'm sorry. Yeah, we have one which is equal to, but instead of any, if I say all, what's gonna happen? Not all of them are equal to 6, right? So it's gonna tell you false. This one, I'm gonna say, tell me if all elements, we're gonna collapse it down into what? Into one column, right? So all the elements in the first row are less than 8. True. How about the second row? False, because we have 9. How about the last one? True. Does that make sense? Okay, spend just 2 minutes, go through these things. The page that we already covered are 73. All the way to this one, to 74. So make sure that everything is clear for you. Awesome. And you can talk to your friends. If they're taking that from wake them up. We're talking about assignments. You have some math class with person math class with a lot. Yeah, before it's it's a long term that I haven't used that I can't remember, but on top of my head, I think that when you use terminal, you can say it's going to pop up one window. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they did something wrong.
Percent matplotlib inline. A good question. Okay. So I think many of our team members already finished assignment number 1. Many. So, and some people, they said it just took 1 hour. Less than 1 hour. Don't worry, I'm gonna make the third assignment very hard. So unfortunately, I already revealed assignment number 2 as well. And actually the intention was not, I don't know why. Well, I always ask that question when I was a student. Why profs make assignments that much tough that people have no other option except asking or getting help from the others. I'm not doing it, I mean, enjoying doing it by themselves. That was my problem when I was a student. So that is why I remember since the time that I started, I mean, just teaching, I never designed something crazy. I don't remember. But assignment number 2 actually is something that I intentionally designed it very simple because I wanted people to grasp the idea of machine learning in the simplest possible format. But I don't know why people have lots of struggle. My suggestion is before getting to week number 7 that I'm going to explain many of the concepts. Actually, you're going to have, hopefully, next week we are going to finish, if we could finish the things based on the schedule that I have for the class, we are going to finish NumPy next week, and we are going to have week number 7 for scikit-learn. My suggestion is, please, before we get to that point, read the assignments, try to understand it, and when I explain similar things in the class, then you can just say, so the questions in the assignment could be answered like this, okay? So just have a kind of idea about the assignment before we start the class. Let's get back to the questions that I asked you before, and we didn't have a clear answer almost 1 hour ago. I said, is it possible that we check if the amount of rain is, for instance, more than 0.5 and less than 1 inches? The answer that I had for myself was, well, actually, I have to go through it using either loop or I have to just do it manually. But everyone, please just follow these things and see if you get the same result. Look, if you say sum of the inches, right, more than 0.5 and less than 1, do you see similar answer? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but I can't understand where it has come from. So that is why I'm going to just place inches more than this. Look at what's going to happen. It's going to show me lots of falses and lots of truths. And then I'm going to try the second part. Okay, I drag and drop on the second part. Then I'm going to replace it. You see, we have lots of falses and truths as well. The question is, where do we have overlaps? Why we have tons of truths here? Look at the question. The question was, yeah, do we have less than 1? It includes the days that we didn't have any rain as well, right? So we had 260 some, if I'm not 200 some days that we had no precipitation. But the overlap is 25. Okay, 29, sorry. Let me just get rid of that. How about the next one? The first one was, we said A and B. I just wanted to show you one thing. This is equal to say not A or not B. And don't ask me why. I just wanted to tell that it's like saying negative. If I tell you 2, negative 2 minus 3, you could say, Reza, it is equal to say negative 2 plus 3. Am I right?
Yes.
It is something like that. And if you don't
No,
trust, you just try it. It's gonna give you exactly the same day.
I think you have an extra minus in that.
Or minus,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
minus,
It's two,
and then,
two minus three is
Oh,
minus
so-
one, minus two plus three. It's one.
so let's just, I mean, just do the calculation. This one is gonna be minus one.
And that would be.
This one is going to be plus one,
Plus one,
minus
yeah.
three.
One.
Okay, don't worry. I just gave myself toughness. Okay, so everybody could get the answer. Then you could ask this question that I heard in Candas, we have and we have and. So where should we use this and where should we use this and? In some other languages like C#, we have and we have and. Where should we use this? Where should we use this? This guy is known as bitwise operator. What is the meaning of bitwise?
It's, bit manipulation.
Lovely. So everyone, please, first thing first, let's try some of the questions that we have. Show me the number of days that he has no precipitation. You can simply say numpy dot sum inches equal to 0, equal to 0. Going to show me the days that he had 0, 0. For calculating the days that we had rain, you have two options. 365 minus this one, or say not equal. Now please check if your result is similar to mine. Yes. The result for that is okay. I'm not gonna tell anything for now. Actually, you only one bonus question. I wanted to say what is wrong with book in that, and you already gave the answer. So in this part, if you see that there's a typo here, it says that the inches less than 2 inches is 0.2 inches and more than 0. But here it says by mistake 0.1. That's the problem. Yeah. So do you get the same result, everybody? Yeah, awesome. And by saying that, we are at the beginning of, and let me ask you your opinion, guys. We have A, B, C. A, continue and finish 10 minutes earlier. B, 5 minutes break. C, 10 minutes break. A, B, C. Who says A? Who said B? Who said 10 minutes? 10? People say, guys, B's. You know what, guys? There are a bunch of people say 10 and they said like there's lots of energy. Guys, okay, 10 minutes. So we are gonna come back after 10 minutes in 1:15, okay? So please, thank you. Meha, you couldn't see what I saw. Okay, so I'm sorry to. Hi there.
Already submitted the family one, but I found one mistake. Can I?
You can, yeah, sure.
Okay, just submit.
Whenever you submit, it's going to at the top of the previous ones, and I'm going to mark them next.
Okay, but do I need to recall the video again? The later.
Just say it in the comments.
Oh, thank you.
No. Yep.
I think I forgot to raise my hand without everything.
Okay, just wait a second. I have to unshare the screen because we are recording. Okay, so people at home, sorry for a sec. And let me just unshare this one as well. Which group are you in?
Oh, this box.
And
Carl with a K.
section, it's section 2. Let me just see. No, 91. Carl,
Yeah.
Carl M. So can you please check if it is correct now? Okay. So if you want to continue, let's have that Boolean arrays as mask. Let's see how this one works. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just continue, shall we? If we have covered all the way up to this part, and then we said let's just do some stuff on two-dimensional arrays like this one. So please again type X. Type X. and then say X less than 5. And then it's gonna tell you for those who are correct, like I mean 0 for 0 for 3, 3, it's gonna bring you back true, and for the rest it's gonna say. But this time we want to do something different. Look at this part. If you say use this as a mask, it is going to bring you back only the values that you have truths here. Like it's going to bring you back 0, 3, 3, 3, not 5, 2, 4. Look at here, 0, 3, 3, 3, 2, 4. You see that? And it's going to bring you back like just a simple vector. Is it possible to convert it to something like kind of array? Yes, it is possible. You can just do it like this. But the other thing is, how about this? If I say, show me the shape of inches, it's gonna show you 365 days. You see that? What if I say, show me those that they have inches more than 0? So it's going to show you lots of truths and lots of falses. If you say sum before that numpy.sum, it's going to just bring you the days that we had rain. Huh? Does that make sense? What if I just, so this is the, and this is something that I'm expecting, this is something that I couldn't discover. Actually, I didn't understand. And I want you, please, tell me what is happening here. Somebody explains these lines. Just this line. I didn't grab it. Yes, Matthew. Can you simplify the explanation? Because honestly, I have difficulties to grab this.
You're just making an array with the, like, with the values you want. You're making one for the sum of it.
So basically, you say that this is going to give us summer days, right? But sorry. Okay, let's just yeah. Thank you, Matthew. By the way, yeah.
So it would be from, so because June 21st is the 172nd day, you take the next 80 days after that. And then what's the point of the 980?
So you're saying that June 21st is day 172, something like this, right?
Yeah.
By the way, because one of our team members came, and I remember to tell you one thing. I received that question before, that Reza, what if I submitted already my assignment and I found something that I could do it better? As long as it's not a due, you didn't pass the due date, just submit 100. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna just mark the latest one. It's not like Blackboard that I had difficulty. This environment, it's gonna stack it, and I'm gonna just mark the last. Does that make sense? Okay, so day number 1 in summer would be 172, as you said. So we are gonna search for those who are But what is this? Less than 90, more than 0? Okay. Can I ask you something, guys? And I try to understand it as well, thanks to all the. Now we have some hints. Let's spend 3-4 minutes, because based on that, we are gonna have one fat bonus question. Do you know fat bonus question, right? It's like getting 2 bonus marks in one shot. So based on what you are gonna achieve from this, we are gonna define another bonus question. To spend a few minutes, try to understand this, and we're gonna take it from there.
Work. Works.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. How about this? Let's just go through it together and see if we can understand anything more than what we discussed earlier. When we say numpy.arrange 365, it's gonna give us a range between 0 to 364, right? Bravo. And when you say, hey, deduct 172, it's gonna be negative 172 all the way to 100. I'm sorry. 192, right? Look at this part. The very first day of summer is, what if I say, show me the 365 minus 172. So we are gonna deduct that mark for those that they are less than 90. Look at this one. This is less than 90. This is less than 90. This is less than 90, all the way up to here. So 89. All of these numbers are less than 90, right? If you just say, show me, it's gonna be all of these numbers are true, up to that part, 89, correct? Guys, if you confirm, I can follow with awesome, bravo. Tell me whenever I just goof off or make any mistake. The next thing, it says that, okay, what if we check those data, they are bigger than zeros? In that case, we should look at here. Yeah, we are not going to consider any of these negative numbers. And we start from this 0 all the way to the end. Huh? Look, those that they are bigger than 0 and less than 90, those are the days in summer. So we need to say, yeah, so That is why if you say, look at here, we have lots of truths here. And then we start having falses here. The other one, we start having lots of falses here, but the truths are gonna be here. The overlap is gonna be something like this amount, which is going to show in here. Did you get that? Right? It is summer. These truths are summer. So now I can confidently use that as a mask for summer days. If I ask you, hey, show me the sum of the precipitation in summer, you can simply say, use that and use numpy.sum, right? Or if I say, what is the average, you can just do that. What is the maximum, you can do that, correct? But the fat bonus question is this, guys. Everybody, or at least most of us, could get this line. Yes, I couldn't. Simplify this for me. If you come up with a simplified version of this, then you have two bonuses. Start. It should be way simpler than that. I can't buy this one. It's not acceptable.
Less than.
But you're on the right track. Yes. Okay, just one thing. Please do it on your computer because I want to have maximum number of people who get fat bonus one. Okay, so please do it on your computer and call me. I'm gonna just check your solution. Thank you.
Simplified. Around the various.
I know that day zero is January 1st. January 1st is it's not the beginning, but it's the that's you're very close. And let's just do this and northern cuts, normal ones, but make it fast. I mean, let's see. And there's no room for bonus one. Yeah. Good part is that I cannot understand fully the logic, but it's on the right track, but you just had one. But it's like not adding. Let's see if we can just add. Yeah, thank you. Okay, how about this? The logic is correct. But going the other class. And. The logic is fine that arranged. When you break. It is on the right track, but we can simplify it a little bit more, okay? And that's right. Okay. Yeah, all right. Awesome. Okay, can I have your attention, everybody? Thanks, yeah, okay, don't worry. And you're gonna cancel the class for you. What are you thinking? Okay, so tell me. Okay, just one case, basically, this is correct, but. If I do some, I can understand it. Good job, man. That's beyond my understanding, then. Diego, awesome. Carlos. Look, it's lovely bonus, double bonus, because we see. Okay. Great, and that's, if you don't mind, James, and James. I think that after 1:30 you start warming up. Okay, so. The only problem is we changed, the days of the summer got close to, I gave you both, but, okay, can I have your attention, everybody? Just look at this one. I'm sorry, because I want to, yeah, we do not have very much time. Look at this one here, as simple as that. You could just simply say the days that are greater than 172 and less than 262. That's it. And I'm not saying this is wrong, but if you want to write a code that nobody understands except yourself, write it this way. Right? So you see, this is one of the best books, actually. I don't want to underestimate all the efforts that they put here, but what I want to point is, and don't think that Reza is genius. I have honestly, I have stolen that from one of the students in the previous semester. As simple as that, people, I'm saying the places that you are sitting now are the right place that you can change many things. Finding shortcuts, finding correct answers. Anyway, let's go, and this is going to give us the exact result. You're going to have everything, these documents, but is it possible to say, show me what is the rainy? What is the definition of rainy? Anybody?
It's should be greater than 0.
Excellent. As long as it is greater than 0. Is it possible to use it as a mask? Yes. You can say instead of that, guys, if you say, look at the result that we have here, for instance, here, maybe, guys, because I don't know which one I missed running, maybe I get error, but instead of this, you can simply say, if it is greater than 0, hopefully, otherwise I have to go all the way up and look. Apparently, I missed one of the. Okay, from here, hopefully. Yes, you see that rainy, I didn't run that one, so that is why.
Summer.
Yeah, I'm gonna share the code before tonight midnight, I'm gonna share it. Guys, do you see that it exactly shows the same result? I just replace rainy by inches greater than 0. So I use this one as a kind of mask, huh? And for summer, I can just exactly replace. Do you see that here we have summer? I can just replace this one and say Control C and place it here as a kind of mask. I'm gonna just use it this way, and it's gonna just work exactly the same way, huh? So I said that show me the median. 1 minute later. Show me the median among all the days in the summer, and mostly we don't have any rainy day in summer. So that's what we expect. What is the maximum amount of precipitation in summer? It's gonna be 0.85 inches. And what is the median? Look at this one. Can you imagine, as simple as this, we can say, I want to find rainy days that they are not summer days. Show me the rainy days that they are not summer days. Because we had some summer days that they had precipitation, right? So find the median. So you're gonna sort them in ascending order, the days that they are not including summer days. And you just, any question about? There could be teeny problems in my calculation, but I just want to address the whole logic. Okay, if there's any concern or something, stay after the class, fight with me. So let's see who's gonna be the winner. Okay, but the general idea is something that we all got it, right? Okay, awesome. Let's just see, and intentionally for the last one that I couldn't grasp easily, I said, okay, let me just see. And it shows that not summer days means all of these should be true. And you see summer days starts somewhere around here. They are all falses. Huh? Now we know the drills and inches for those as we use it as a mask, you see there. But right now it's time for us to know a little bit. If you remember an hour ago, I asked you what are the differences between using and end. Huh? So what is the difference between the time that you use this and you use this? Let me just tell you one thing. If you have an object and you can say true or false, if it is one solid object, then you use which one? This one. If you have one object and you want to, but if you can divide it, split it into different bits, different components, then you're going to use this one. Let me just show you one thing here. If you say the Boolean value for 42, normally in most of the languages, any number but 0 returns true. So 0 returns false. Let me ask you, if I say Boolean 42 and, typing and Boolean 0, what's gonna be the result? False. Lovely. Look at this one, you can guess. It's gonna give you false. But what if I say or true? Everybody could follow? Lovely. Look at this one, please. What is number 42? Number 42 is 101010, huh? And what is number 59? It is 111010, huh? In that case, you cannot say this end because you're not talking about one solid object. It has different parts. For this one, what is the end of this? Can you tell me, please?
0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1.
Huh?
Yes.
42 again. What about the or? This is or, guys. This is bar sign, not 1. So it's gonna be 0, 1, 0, 1, and 1, right? Everybody accept? Lovely. And so we say that, and I want to say, whenever we have something like an array of numbers, ones and zeros, and they are not one solid object, we always need to use either this one or and sign for it. And if we go to the book, page 77 or 78, something like that. The 78.
And I don't know, if I told you that we are gonna see this value error in a few minutes. You remember, we saw it previously, almost in the first 30 minutes of the class, we had that value problem. And now we have that, and it says, how to use this
In a correct place.
Let me ask you, this is almost like the last question. We have x greater than 4 and x less than 8. What is the range? It's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but not 10. So is this one less than 4 and greater than 4 and less than 8? No. We go all the way. How about 4? Is 4 greater than 4? No. How about 5? Is 5? Is 6 greater than 4 and less than? Yes. Is 7? Yes, but 8 is not less than. So you see that we have bunch of falses and 3 truths. Again, we don't have one solid object to say if it is true or false. And for this one, if you use and, because it's not a solid object, it's going to just give you error. Just, I want to tell you one thing. We learned about broadcasting. We learned about U functions or universal functions. We learned about the way that we just use masking and so on. But one of the most powerful features that uses almost everything that we learn is something we call it fancy indexing. Look, fancy indexing is like the simple index that we've already seen, but we pass arrays of indices in place of single scalars. Look at this example, and that is just the beginning of our journey for the next week. If I tell you we have some random numbers like 51, 92, and so on and so forth. If I tell you, please give me the index number 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, so it should be 71. And index number 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6. And number 2 is going to be 14. This is old-fashioned way of doing that. Right? But instead of using separately, let's define something that we call it index. And I want to get the index of 3, 7, and 4 and pass that to this one. Isn't it beautiful? Nice, neat, clean, like I mean, just fold them all together and then just pass it, give me the values for that. It's like this one, if you want to remember, it's like Peter is going to go to Timmy and get double, and Yang is going to Timmy as well. Reza is going to. Instead of that, I'm going to go to Timmy and say, okay, what do you want? Double. What do you want? Just a donut, right? And I'm going to bring all of them at once. That is fancy. By saying that, if there is any concern, any question, anything that you need to discuss about the assignment number 1, please stay involved. Otherwise, let's see you on next Tuesday. Just enjoy your holiday. We are not going to have any online class on Monday. Okay, thank you. Did I mention that we are going to have 1 week for next quiz? Yes. Okay, because we need to have enough number of quizzes, and I picked 8 out of 11. And we started on Tuesday, not Monday. We already lost the first Monday. Next week, based on the content that I'm going to cover in the lab, we are going to have a quiz. As one-time exception, I'm going to prolong it for 7 days to answer that quiz. So that makes sense. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Thank you.